I'm going to show you how to make an absolute banger of a homemade salsa recipe. What makes this salsa great is that the peppers are fresh off my plant this morning, as well as this beautiful little gem here. Funny story behind this one is I got a store-bought habanero and I planted the seeds, and this is basically what I ended up with. It's nice and sweet, not very spicy at all. It has a good amount of flavor to it, and it's going to be really, really good in this homemade salsa. Tomatoes, lime, we got a shallot, a couple cloves of garlic, salt, fresh cilantro. We're going to be cooking up a nice little cut of skirt steak right on the charcoal grill, and then I figured we're going to throw together some tacos, right? I'm going to show you a really basic way, simple way to develop some good flavor on the salsa. So have 2 cloves of garlic, remove the outer paper layer. Grab the zest off this whole lime right here. Give the garlic and shallots a nice pinch of salt. It's going to help pull out some moisture, pull out some flavor out of the shallots and the garlic. Yeah. Going to be using the juice of both of these limes to kind of help us give that salsa a nice amount of body to it. Set that aside, let it marinate for a second. I love these tomatoes. They're nice and sweet, have a good amount of flavor to them. Kind of cut them in half and put them into the bowl. So with these tomatoes, you slice them in half and then put them in the bowl with the garlic and the shallots and the lime juice and zest. It's going to help build even more body, even more flavor to the salsa. Grill's almost warmed up. Perfect timing. The peppers, I'm going to hold off on cutting them because I want to char them off on the grill grates really quickly. So a little bit of oil on them. Just kind of get a little bit more flavor out of them. Salt is actually going to be able to penetrate the flesh of the pepper. As the pepper grills off, it's going to split, and the salt's going to be able to season right inside of it. Salt pulls out flavor from food. Got these little pieces of apple wood here. That's going to give, the meat and then the peppers a really nice flavor. Grill grates are nice and hot enough to get a nice charring on the peppers. So as you let this marinate with that lime juice, that salt and that lime juice in there, the salt helps pull out that beautiful flavor that the shallots, the garlic, and the tomatoes have. Pulls out that natural water content it's in all those ingredients, and it just helps build a nice amount of body to the salsa, right? Does that make sense? Nice amount of body, nice flavor. If you season in layers, you end up with really well-balanced, full body flavored food. If you salt at the very end, you really just end up with salty tasting food. Fucking goddamn. I really don't need to do a whole hell of a lot to food to make it taste good. Really just want to blister the skin on these, get a good amount of flavor to it. Kind of want them to split open a little bit. Starting to hear them sizzle, which is a good sign. It's good, man. Peppers are awesome. Super pretty. I love peppers. To get a nice charcoal bed going so that when we put that skirt steak on it, it's going to cook really fast, because you want skirt steak to cook super quick. High heat, quick sear is really the magic. The last ingredient that I have is a cilantro, nice fresh cilantro. You just chop off about half of it, and then just really rough chop. You don't want to over chop your fresh herbs, especially when they're the more delicate ones like cilantro is. You don't want to over chop them, because they have a lot of good oils in them. The more you chop it, the more you extract those oils. Those essential oils that herbs have in there are beautiful, right? The more you chop at them, the more you're extracting those oils, the more likelihood it's going to be flavoring your cutting board with those essential oils, where I want the flavor in my salsa, not the cutting board, right? We're not here to eat our cutting board, we're here to eat this salsa. If you really want this to be a looser salsa, obviously you could chop those tomatoes up a little bit better than that, but I kind of wanted to have a little bit more bite to it. The flavor is really spot on. I love that. Already has a nice depth of flavor. Peppers have nice little splits in them. I'm gonna keep a lid on it too, because I want the heat from the peppers to kind of steam themselves. It's gonna soften them up and just help it cook the rest of the way through. Cooking's fun, man. Got the skirt steak right here. It's ready to be grilled. All we need to do to this thing is kind of lay it flat like that. A little bit of oil. Skirt steak does not need a whole hell of a lot of stuff done to it to get good flavor out of it. You could marinate it if you wanted to. I'm really just going for salt and pepper and right to the grill. Has good intermuscular fat in it. It's kind of why I like it. Smells good. The wind is not helping me out with the charcoal grilling today. That's all right. You just got to roll with the punches when you're grilling sometimes. It smells good. I love the smell of searing meat. I like to be able to melt down that intermuscular fat that the skirt steak has, so I go more like a medium rare to medium on this one. It'll only take maybe about a minute and a half, 2 minutes per side. Just enough to get some good grill marks and good browning on the outside of it. It's a beautiful day for grilling. Well, really, any day you're grilling is a good day, right? Go a little bit more charring on this side, then we'll be good. Let's just let this rest on the cutting board for a few minutes. Everything is going to be done on the charcoal grill today, so I got some corn tortillas, white corn tortillas that I got from the store. Just warm these up a little bit right on the grill grates. Charring doesn't really bother me. I find that it gives the salsa a nice little depth to it. Use your discretion if you want. When you leave the charred skin on there, you can. If not, then just take it off. Doesn't really matter. Depends on how charred it is. Then I'll just remove all of it. Nice and calm now. That wind stopped. Every minute or so, it'll come through here ripping. In the middle of August, and I'm wearing a sweater. It's not normal. And of course, you don't really want to have the stems in there. You have the peppers a rough chop. I'm not really worried about the seeds or anything like that, but you gotta remove them if you want to. It's actually the first time tasting one of my homegrown serranos. Ooh. Yeah, that's so much better than store-bought serranos. Like, it's hands down. You can't beat the flavor that you get from homegrown peppers. You know, the heat coming off of that, when it's nice and ripe like that, red, spot on. That was a delicious pepper. Ooh, nice little zip to it. And the same thing with this pepper, just give it a rough chop. Woo, here comes the wind again. Here's a moment of truth. A few slices off that skirt steak. I'm going against the grain, of course. It smells awesome. You can't beat the flavor of meat that's been seared on a charcoal grill for sure, dude. A little bit of meat. Obviously, the whole reason why we're here, which is this fresh salsa from those homegrown peppers. And then we got some avocado. You could put cheese on here. A little bit of shredded mozzarella on this would be good, some cochinita. We got charcoal grilled skirt steak. We have avocado, and of course, this banging homemade salsa we have. So right up front, you get the acidity from the lime. And of course, those tomatoes and the peppers are sweet. Nice full flavor out of those, and then it finishes off with that heat from the serrano peppers. That's pretty banging, man. That's spicy goodness, baby. Got a nice little hit to it, dude. It's not enough to blow your head off, but it definitely has a good amount of spice. What kind of taco would you be having if it didn't get all over the place?